What's up, YouTube? This is my Ishizu Tearlaments deck profile. I just went undefeated at remote duel locals with this deck. Uh, yeah, the deck's insane. I don't think I need to tell you that. I think everyone knows how insane the deck is. But yeah, let's just get into it. It's pretty standard, as I think most lists are at this point. So I play two Reinhardt. You play a couple of normal summons in the deck, so you don't really want to max out on this, and you don't really need to. But you do max out on all of the others. You wanna mill them, and the deck mills so much, even before the Ishizu stuff. So you just wanna fusion summon. And then speaking of the Ishizu stuff, we played three of all the good ones. So three of both the shuffle backs, and then free KO back. This card is the fact this is a hand trap as well. I won so many games with this, like pretty much just this on its own. I played it at my in-person locals last week, and had like double this and a Herald of Orange Light and broke this auto board and built my own board on their turn is one. So like before I'd even started playing, I broke their board and built my own board purely off of this card and well and Orange Light. But yeah, the card's insane. And then the one Agido is the summon effect doesn't really come up. It's an extra mill five, so you can send it off the Viner or just mill it, send it off Beatrice. Got loads of ways to get to it. You need more than one, I don't think. And depending on what you're playing, in the mirror match, you don't really want to blind mill these cards unless you have to. Well, yeah, the middle ones anyway. And then they free orange like because you play so many fairies. Can be a brick, but like, again, it's essentially an engine hand trap, which is like better than Gamma. It triggers your tier effects as well. Not your tier effects, your Ishizu effects when you send one of those with this. And the fact it's a level 2 and it's a tuner means that sometimes even if you just have this and nothing else, you can just, or no other fairies to use with it, rather you can just normal summon it and use it as a 2 to get to Elf or Sprint, or just use it as a tuner to get to Baron. And we played the Diviner mostly because we play Baron, but also the fact that this can just send any of your Shizu cards. So, really good. You only play one because, again, you don't want to play too many normal summons, and you can just either send this or mill it and then bring it back with Elf. And we do play a fairly big Bestial package. I don't know how standard this is. I think a lot of people play 3 and 1 or 2 and 2. I would probably cut one. I do, and you'll see it in the side. You can see it here. I play the one of the don't even know how you say his name. The Sorin, just as the extra name, so like matchups with these cards are really good. I'll just add this as another name, but maybe you could take this out and play the Summoner in the main and have like two, 2 and 1, just have the different names because there were times when I see too many of one of these. I'd rather have the additional name. Even though the Summoner doesn't really do anything unless you're playing like the branded or the more bestial stuff. It's just good to have the extra name. And then play 4 copies of the field spell. The field spell's insane. In the mirror, it can make the difference between winning if you have this in your opponent doesn't. One instant fusion. That's good. One tactic. So I got this off of Jake Curtis's list. I really like talent, and I was playing two in the side. Um, but he had an interesting theory that everyone was just going to play one of this card in the main, and I only saw it once today, but that one time I saw it, it did. Like I had kind of bricked and saw this. My opponent interrupted my Reinhardt. I just used this to draw two, and then was able to keep playing because of it. But I said it only come up the once. But I like the theory behind playing it once. I think I'll at least test it for the foreseeable future. And then for the last 4 cards, we just play one of tier spells and traps. Heartbeat is insane. I love Heartbeat. It's the first time I played with it, and I really enjoyed it. You'll see I actually have two more on the side. Uh, Scream I do like it too, but because I only play two traps, and you're normally searching it, and you don't. It's not really necessary in one each of these. I think having one of each of these is good because you can like if you mill the traps, you can send a heartbeat off of a Kaleido or a kit. To just add it back. You can send this to get Roger. You can send this to add one of these to the deck. Like they all kind of work well together in that way. And then Crap's just an omni. Yeah, you've got to play it. So that's it for the main 40 cards. Fairly standard, like I said. Extra deck, again, very, very standard. One kit, don't really need more than one. But there's not really, unless they banish this from your grave, like before you fusion summon it, like the second one never comes up. And if they ghost reap you, even if you have two, they can get rid of both of them anyway, so you really don't need more than one. Kaleido, not Kaleido, Rokalos and Kaleido. Then for the other fusions, Muddragon, Garua, Stapelia. Again, standard. So for Links, I only play three. I play the one Elf, one Sprint, and the one Dark. There were times where I kind of wish I had a Link 4. Just that big guy to go into. Like there was times where I had like an Elf. I could bring back a Dark or a Sprint, or I had a Sprint and an Elf. So I could make a 4, but didn't. Um, I kind of I might play Gigantic again as well because again, if I have two Link 2s on the field, I can overlay into Gigantic and then just have a big guy that way. But now that I don't play a full sprite package like I was before, I don't really think it's necessary, but maybe that'll change. Never Exceeds, Reader, Dweller, Booska, Beatrice, because we play, like I said, quite a big Bestial package. You've got the Gorilla, which is level 6, to finally can make itself a level 6, so it's very easy to make Beatrice. And then Zeus, because where I play so many Exceeds, I don't want to not play Zeus. It didn't come up today, but... And then the last card is the Baron. Baron's really good, obviously. The side is incredibly scuffed and is definitely going to change. I really didn't know what to play. It kind of threw it together last minute, but I'll show it off anyway, just because. The ones Serenair, like I said, I just wanted the extra visual name. Free Ghost Mourner. So I don't want to play cards specifically to win in time. So this is my time card, I guess. It's also just a hand trap, like a very good hand trap. I like Mourner. Um, but I like cards that have multi-purpose. So the fact that it is a hand trap and it can also be a time card. But I didn't go into any games today, and I really don't like playing for time. But the way the game is, sometimes you just kind of have to. Free droplet. This is like the mirror match, I guess. Stop a dueller, or any kind of like match where you play against. They put up like a big 80 board or problematic board. It didn't go in at all today, honestly. And then free super poly again. Just a good going second card. It's decent in the mirror. Obviously, you have to be wary that it's going to trigger their tears as well. But if you have like one of your shuffle backs or a duel on the field before you activate this, then it's fine. And both these cards trigger your Ishizu effects as well. So like you can discard an Ishizu or send an Ishizu with droplets and get their effects that way. And two more heartbeats. These went in. Well, one extra heartbeat went in pretty much every game. Played against a couple of back row decks. And I just really like Heartbeat. It's the one tier spell trap that doesn't require you to have a tier on field. So you're never like in a position that you can just start your turn with this if they've got a problematic card on the field. And it shuffles back, it doesn't destroy, so it outs, like, I don't know, protected Mystic Mines or whatever you might need it to out. And then the last card is evenly, just a generic going second card. Like I said, I'll definitely change the side. I wasn't particularly happy with it, but I didn't really know what to side. I do have an OTS coming up next week, so I'll have to figure it out before then. So I'll definitely change the side, but for the main, I'm not really sure. If I would change too much, like I said, I'll probably take out one of the Magma Hearts. Maybe play the third name. Maybe just take it out. I do like the 5 though. I think 5 is good. And I kind of want to play an extra screen, but I don't think it's necessary. But yeah, that's my undefeated Ishizu tier list. Yeah, like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and hopefully see you on another video. Goodbye.